Gentlemen, same. Aaron, for you, first of all, genius on the hush blanket. But when was, I know you said there was you were seeing a lot of anxiety and stuff like that, but when was the light bulb moment where you actually knew that that's what you wanted to do? And
yeah, the truth is I was broke, so I was willing to do whatever.
Right.
I didn't want to be broke anymore. And I think for us it was, you can see on Google how often people search for things. It's public data. And the truth is, I actually don't talk about this often, is I was gonna sell grinded up cricket. It's like crickets, as a protein source, protein powder as crickets, disgusting. And I went to a cricket farm, and it was the guy's here, try one. It was live. He was eating them like crackers, and I was But my thesis was there was 10,000 people every month searching for cricket protein. And I was wow, I can sell to them. And what I told my eventual co-founder in Hush, I was we got to sell cricket protein. There's 10,000 people searching. And he's dude, have you seen weighted blankets? There's 300,000 people searching and only 2 people selling it, and they were selling on just a god-awful product. And it was a light bulb moment for me. It's wait a second, I can make a kick-ass weighted blanket. And we literally got one sample, paid $120 a DHL, ship it overnight. Took a terrible photo on an old iPhone, launched my site, bought the top spot on Google for $45 because there was not that many competitors. Made 1 sale, made 3 sales, $30K our first month, $60K, $90K, $150K. And next thing you know, you're we got a business.
Wow.
And I feel it's one of those things that you just got to do it. I could have pondered on it for a long time, but it just started clicking. People wanted a solution to a terrible sleep. And as we know now, a few years later, we all know how important sleep is. Back in 2017, I think it was Matthew Walker just came out with that book around sleep. It was really, he just went on Rogan for the first time to be if you have 1 less hour of sleep can shave off 10 years of your life. That was just coming out. Now there's so much information. There's the Oura rings, the Whoops. There's so much around sleep.
Right.
But back then, people just didn't know what it was, but they knew what it felt like to have a shitty sleep. And I remember we would get reviews from people saying, I got an extra 7 minutes of sleep. And I would call them and be that's crazy. How do you know 7 minutes? They're well, I only sleep 10 minutes a day.
Wait,
so
what?
Now I can get 17 minutes. And I was what? People don't sleep. People really don't sleep. So it was for us, it was to solve a problem.
Wow.
It was motivating for us to keep going and keep developing new sleep products because for us, we sleep all pretty good, and if you have one bad night, whatever, but the feeling of not being able to sleep is catastrophic for people. And it's unfortunate, but a tremendous amount of the population literally doesn't get more than 1 or 2 hours a night of sleep.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and then the stats around shift workers are 10x that.
Oh, yeah.
Shift workers really just
It's because their
zombies.
circadian rhythm is completely off, right? That probably has something to do with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They totally mess it up.
It's horrible, right? And there's stats around shaving off 20 years of their life expectancy. So for us, it was really just about wow, we're actually changing lives through this product. And to be honest, when we launched it, we thought we would basically just send hugs in a box. That's what it was. We were sending you a deep touch pressure stimulation. It was mimicking a hug, but it turned into oh my God, we're changing lives. And that's when, we started to catapult.
Did you do it? Is there any science, data backing the blank?
Yeah, deep touch pressure stimulation it's over 110 years old, the statistics. In World War II, if soldiers would panic, they would layer blankets on them and put weights on them. And it's a known thing to calm someone down, thunder blankets. There's so many variations of a hug. It's really what it is. If someone gives you a tight hug, your body naturally reduces cortisol and increases serotonin and melatonin.
Yeah,
Isn't that a 20-second hug? Y'all heard about that?
Right? And that starts at childbirth, right? You swaddle a baby because they're used to being tight in the womb. You want to calm someone down,
you bring them in. Someone's having a panic attack. What do? You grab them.
Right.
Right? Why? Because it creates a layer of safety. So it's the same thing. And I remember, I forget the exact stat, so I'm not going to use numbers, but I remember reading a stat when we were shooting our Kickstarter in LA. People have panic attacks in their sleep. Yeah.
Really?
It's a significant amount of people have panic attacks in their sleep, and a lot of people sleep alone. So to have the blanket there, a 15, 20 pound blanket to be on you, and you can kind of roll yourself in it even more to tighten it, is a lifesaver when you're having a panic attack or you're just anxious about life in general. So that was like, we were kind of the first to come out with that, but the science was always there. It just manifested in like so many different ways. I remember when I got my appendix out, you know, I was tripping because I hate surgeries and stuff like that. I was tripping out, and I hate needles. Mike knows this. I hate needles. Right? This guy's like, all right. He's like, you know, squirting it in the air. I'm like, buddy, what are you doing? Relax. You know? But I remember.
So you don't get a lot of IVs then?
I know I'm good with the IVs.
Oh, yeah?
I'm
Okay.
good with the IVs.
Going in, he doesn't like blood going
You
out.
give me a blood test. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, it's not happening. I tell her right away. I said, I'm telling you, I'm gonna pass out. She's like, you can't. I'm like, I'm gonna pass out. Just be ready for it. You know. So I like lay down because I know it's good night, 100%.
Every time?
After the fourth tube, I can get to the fourth tube, but you go 6 to 8. Good night, Jim Kite. It's over for me. But bottom line is, people would, you know, they would have the panic attacks, and we would ultimately be there for them. And like, I guess it was a huge motivation for us to like really like attach a mission to what we were doing that was beyond just the sales.
Yeah. And it probably impacted why you were so successful too.
Yeah, and it defined our brand. Like we launched sheets, and we didn't just like, you know, I always said we're not sexy bedding. We were never sexy bedding. We were functional bedding. Our sheets, soft, yeah, all that stuff, great, but they kept you cold. That was the whole point. So you're a hot sleeper. Everyone knows what it's like to wake up in a pool of sweat. Mike had it last night because he turned off the AC. But
and we had a steak at 11:30.
Mike had the meat sweats.
The steak sweats?
Mike had the
Those
meat
could be
sweats.
bad.
Right?
Yeah.
And he knows what it's like, but it's the worst feeling because you feel like you pissed the
Wait,
bed.
so Hush has sheets?
Yeah,
cooling,
so our
yeah.
best-selling product is actually our cooling sheets.
Oh, okay.
But I was on the back of customers. We were like, yo, we're going to make something. What do you want? They're like, well, you know what? Menopausal woman, whatever, night sweats. My husband's a furnace. So many excuses, you know, in the bed. Great. We'll get you cooling sheets, naturally cooling sheets, you know, that feel like the other side of the pillow all night long. Boom. Business explodes. We launched a mattress. You know how many mattresses are out there? You guys all know. What do we do? Same thing. Went back to the customer. The customer was like, we wanted cooling. We wanted extremely clean because there's a lot of like nasty chemicals. Made a clean bed. And then a lot of people wanted away from the foam because the foam actually absorbs energy. So our demographic was 45 plus. 45 plus, I don't know what kind of podcast this is, but you know, they're really concerned about performance in the bed. When you have memory foam in your bed, it absorbs the performance. There's no give back. So it's actually doesn't help you. So they were really concerned about the coil count.
You can't be bouncing on the foam mattress. Yeah.
It's not, you don't want it.
Wait, for the man or the woman?
For both. There's no bounce.
Depends who's creating the motion.
I was about to say.
Maybe both. If you're both creating the motion.
So we come out, we say, hey, we got a 2,400 coil mattress, all
So you
individually
created
wrapped.
a bouncy bed for sex for old people?
And it was clean, and it had no fire retardant in it, so there was no toxic chemicals.
No
It was
wonder
not
you were
sprayed.
successful.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like,
So
it's like the founder of Viagra. Like, God bless.
and it was all based on what the customer wanted.
Yeah.
They said we wanted a pillow.
That's
this.
his secret to success.
That's
the
the
real
secret
secret.
sauce.
Right.
Is
Listen to your
I
customer.
would call 2,000 customers a month.
You would call 2,000.
I would call on the phone. You don't know a single person that's done that. Even now, even every single gym member. I mean, you're here, so it's a cheat code.
Yeah.
But I call every single person every single month. Even within the club, the amount of conversations we have every single day with members to get to know the pulse. What do you need? What could we be doing better? Over and over again, because it involves them in the process. It was a horrible coffee shop by my old place in Toronto. Terrible coffee shop. But it was on the way to work, and I would just go to him all the time. And I would say, I got to go make another stop and get an avocado toast. I was on that wave, like there was a moment. And I said, you make the avocado toast, and I'll just buy it from you. Save me the 10 minutes. And lo and behold, this guy show up. He's got avocado toast on the menu. I ordered it. It was terrible. It was awful. It was frozen. It was the worst avocado toast ever. But I bought it. And not only did I buy it, I started telling my friends to come. Eventually, I started to make it pretty good. Why? Because I felt like I had a say. So when a customer comes to you and says, Manning, you should have this machine in here. And they come back and the machine shows up, they had a say.
Right,
Wow, Manny,
right.
listen to me. That's a dope guy. We're
No,
friends.
100%.
We're friends.
100% agree with that.
And that's the difference. I guess my secret sauce is no one is willing to do what I was willing to do with our customers.